She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as she stays with me. She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as I stay clean. Kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips. Hey, Matt here, and I'm with Killer Kyle. Well, it's his apartment, so.
Yes, exactly.
But, yes, this Saturday night's main event makes its triumphant return after,
At least. Well, they did bring it back for a little bit, then they stopped doing it, so I think the last one was 2012, I think? No, or 2006?
well, I remember 2006.
2006, 2007 maybe?
Unless it came back, I'm not sure. I know next year they're going to be in San Antonio.
Right.
So, anyhow, I figured before we start, and I'm back in business. I know this is Kyle's.
Yes.
Triple sec. The cure.
Yeah.
If you already haven't seen my video, I ordered Tim's today. A Canadian staple.
Canadian staple, yeah.
So, with that, here's to Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Here's to our upcoming Wheels of Fury episode of Final Resolution.
Yes, sir.
And yeah. And here's to me being back in business.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's the rub you.
That's true of you.
So, the United States women's title is on the line, which I'm sure will happen on SmackDown, because it is a SmackDown title.
Yeah.
But you have Bayley, I believe Chelsea Green,
Right.
and I can't remember the other two. I will put them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. It's been an interesting tournament.
Yeah, for sure. And when they decided, or when they first introduced the Women's United States Championship and the Women's Intercontinental Championship, they decided to have a tournament, or crown the inaugural champion for each. Now, they did the exact same thing when they created the new championships, like the World Heavyweight Championship. When they introduced the World Heavyweight Championship, they had a tournament for that, and Seth Rollins ended up winning. And then the champions that already had a belt, they just gave them a championship that was redesigned. And now they introduced the Women's United States Championship and the Women's Intercontinental Championship. and they're doing a tournament to crown the first ever women's U.S. and Intercontinental titles.
Which, I mean, I think is a really good idea. It's just, oh, well, actually, Tiffany Stratton's in there as well, which...
Right, yeah.
I mean, look, she's already the Money in the Bank winner, so...
Yeah, I don't see her becoming champion.
That being said, I saw the interview with Byron and Bailey, and she's like, yeah, you know, I thought I was a Triple Crown champion, winning both Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships and the NXT Women's Championship, and now I got the Intercontinental and the United States Women's Championships to win, so that's like, okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like she's already held the NXT Women's Championship, Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, also the Women's Tag Team titles with Sasha. So basically, she's already a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
But you know, to add his Intercontinental title to her resume, be just that extra icing on the cake, if you will.
Pretty much. And so. You also got to look at Chelsea Green. Look, there's been a lot of Canadian wrestlers that have held on to the United States title, ironically. So, I mean, it would be interesting to see if she would carry the gold. I mean, she's already one of the best heels on SmackDown, so... you know what, it's going to be a good match either way, but there is still another match to determine who's going to be, like... Face and Bailey for the title, so...
If I was to describe Chelsea Green in one word, it would be jobber.
Okay.
Like, since she's been back in WWE, how many matches has she won?
Fair enough, yeah.
Like, you can probably count on one hand if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she won a match to beat, like, she in the tournament, she won that match to advance. But, like, even before the introduction of the Women's U.S. and Women's Intercontinental titles, and, like, her being in the tournament, like, how many matches has she won, if any?
Yeah, no, I get it. I think because she's such an entertaining wrestler, I don't really pay attention to that. Which is kind of stupid when you think about it, but I mean...
not that she wouldn't be a good champion. I think she'd be a great champion. Like, you know, she's a great wrestler. Her sells are funny as hell.
Yeah.
And entertaining. I'm sure she'd be a very entertaining champion, but, like, there hasn't been anything of relevance, you could say, to be like, hey, Chelsea Green deserves to be, you know, the champion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she can't be a champion, and she won't be. It's just her track record over the last year, or year and a half, however long she's been back in WWE, says, you know, she's, in my opinion, not really worthy of a championship.
True.
Yes, she's entertaining and a great wrestler, but, like, her win-loss record in WWE right now is, like, she's got that one win in the tournament, but other than that, like, I don't remember any other match she's won. I'm sure she probably has won matches, but it's probably been few and far between.
Right.
She's mainly lost matches she's been in. Whether it be one-on-one, or whether it be, like, triple threat, or singles, tag team, whatever.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you look at her and Piper Niven together.
Yeah.
So...
No, I agree. I think Piper is the main reason why she has won that match or two.
Right, yeah.
Unfortunately, so... I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be Bailey nonetheless. I mean, look how over she is.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, since going back to being a face, it's like she reinvented herself from like when she was a face as a hugger, or the hugger, rather.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, like, we talked about Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, I guess you could say, outgrowing the Judgment Day.
yes.
And, the reactions that they were both getting, getting cheered, the reaction that Damian got when he, cashed in the Money in the Bank contract and won the world title and whatnot. Do you think Bayley, I don't want to, maybe not necessarily outgrew Damage Control, but like, it was time for Bayley to move on?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, it was one of those things where, yeah, it was great that she came back from injury and she had that stable with her. At the same time, it was also a matter of time before she would go back to being a face.
Yeah.
And so it was almost a matter of, okay, but how are we going to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
She did what she did with Damage Control. I'm glad that she had that thing, but at the same time, yeah, I'm glad she's back to being a different version of a good guy, rather. And so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. And she had mentioned in that interview, yeah, look, I've been the Grand Slam champion, but at the same time, now you've got those two other titles that I have to chase.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I do find it interesting how they kick Bayley out of Damage Control. Bayley goes on to win the Women's Championship. And then within like a month or two or whatever it was, Damage Control is, I guess, a face faction now?
Yeah, basically.
So it's like, okay, you have Bayley turn face and then you turn Damage Control face. It's like, okay, I guess they wanted to have Bayley be singles again and then see what they could do with Damage Control. Well, I mean, you've got Dakota Kai, you've got Io, you've got Kairi Sane, and of course, you got Asuka as well, but she, still recovering from injury.
Yeah.
But, so it's like, I wonder if they just wanted to turn Damage Control face and like just have Bayley be singles, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
For the World Heavyweight Championship, as Gunther is going to defend the title against Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Now, I think Balor winning the World Championship because he's one half of the tag champions.
Yeah.
I mean, they put the title back on Priest more than likely. I mean, Gunther's had a pretty good reign as champion.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do if they keep the title on Gunther and what rivalry they could put him in next.
Yeah, I know. I guess you can think about it two ways, because I did say that Gunther is slowly going into face material.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I had said before that it would be interesting to see Nakamura and Gunther in a world title picture.
Right.
However,
Yeah.
Shinsuke is the U.S. champion, so
Yes.
it would kind of be interesting to see those two guys going at it for the United States Championship. Hey, an Austrian and a Japanese guy as the U.S. Championship material.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That being said, yeah, Finn Balor's not going to win. If you are going to do that, then make it worth something and have
Right.
Finn Balor have a feud with Damian Priest. Those two guys have had a lengthy feud since SummerSlam, before SummerSlam rather, as well.
Exactly, right?
Finn has caused Damien to lose. It just seems kind of fitting if you're gonna put the world title on Damien Priest to have him feud with Finn Balor, or vice versa.
Exactly.
I don't see Finn Balor win the title here though, so I would say Damien Priest.
More than likely, yeah.
Have Damien Priest win the title and have Gunther go for the US title with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Be interesting.
Maybe it'll happen, who knows? I
Yeah.
think it could be money.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's going to be a good match, I will say that.
Oh, absolutely. Sami Zayn take on the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, Drew came back last Monday. Yeah, Sami Zayn blamed Seth Rollins for Jey Uso getting taken out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that didn't happen. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there was a video from the Great One. Go subscribe to him. But also, he had said that there could be plans of Seth Rollins going back to heel. So, if that's the case, he might screw Sami Zayn at some point.
Probably.
So, honestly, look, Sami is a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah.
But I think that the Scottish Warrior is going to claymore his head off.
More than likely.
So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good match too, but it's, yeah, inevitable.
Morgan taking on Io Sky. And I mean, with, okay, talking about all the things with, Damage Control being a face, Control kicks Bailey out, Bailey singles, she's a face, she eventually wins the championship, then they eventually turn Damage Control face.
Right.
Would this be the time to put the Women's Championship back on Io?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think that if you're going to make Judgment Day a better heel faction, I would keep the belt on Liv. At the same time,
Right?
if you put the belt back on Io, I mean, she had the belt when she was, when they were a heel faction.
Yes. And it was Io that Bailey took the title from at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Io hasn't held the Women's World title at least since April.
Yeah, that was actually the WWE Women's Championship. So
Okay, yeah.
for Io to carry the world title, I think that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Io, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have them feud next year, and we'll see how far it goes. But when you look at Io's record, and especially this year, I mean, it's kind of cool to see how far she's come since her days in Stardom.
Oh, absolutely.
And that rhymes. But, yeah, you know what? I was going to say Liv, but I think Io can definitely be the Women's World title champion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, you look at how far Io has come since her days in, Stardom. I'm not sure how long her was, but her time in Lucha Underground.
Oh, yeah.
You can say the same thing about Asuka, her time in Japan wrestling. It wasn't Stardom, but it was like, there's two women's promotions in Japan. There's Stardom, and then there's another one. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, Asuka's time in wrestling in Japan, and her stellar run in WWE.
Yeah.
You can even say the same thing about Kairi Sane, you know. Her run in NXT, her run with Asuka as the Kabuki Warriors.
Yes.
You know, then they unfortunately let her go, but then they brought her back, and, you know, again, we had a really good run in WWE. As well as Io Sky being a loser, so did Kairi Sane.
Yeah. There's also the Wrestle Kingdom match with Mercedes,
Yeah.
aka Sasha Banks.
Right, yeah.
I thought that was a good match. But I think Damage Control is really killing it so far. And they,
Yeah.
I mean, they have before.
Absolutely.
But it's just, yeah, I think you put the belt on Io, let's run with that, and then go from there.
Yeah. For the undisputed WWE Championship, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes set to take on Kevin Owens.
I think this match is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And look, I know that Kevin Owens has been a good heel in the past, and yeah, he's tried to work face and everything else, and that match at Bash in Berlin was kind of like a wake-up call for him.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, look. I just don't get it. Like, he didn't do his best, and that kind of made him lose. And when you look at the fact that he had a short time with the Universal Championship
Yeah.
in 2017, and it's like,
Yeah.
it sucks. I mean, you could have had Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the Universal title at WrestleMania 33! Nope, gotta put the belt on Goldberg. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, the U.S. title match at WrestleMania was fine. But the thing is that if Kevin doesn't get the WWE title now, when is a good time?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Cody was the guy that, finished his story, and he didn't do that last year, and then he did it this year. And it's almost like, yeah, that's all fine and good.
Right.
But if you put the title on Kevin, there is a lot more opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity to have him continue the feud with Cody, or maybe CM Punk have a feud with him.
Yeah.
Or, hell, Sami Zayn. I know that there's rumors that Triple H, Paul Levesque didn't want him to be the heavyweight champion, but I think that would be an interesting thing. You want to talk about Chelsea Green being an entertaining wrestler on the mic. Kevin Owens has been very entertaining.
Yeah.
And I mean, just look at the segment last week in his car.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, Cody can hang with the title all he wants, but the fact is that Kevin needs this. I don't know what more Cody can do as the WWE champion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Canadian Nightmare is going to fall into the Canadian Dream.
The Canadian Dream's going to destroy the American Nightmare.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that. I was processing why we were going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Kevin Owens can make any phrase and make it seem awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, pull the trigger already. I mean, look, the fact too is that you look at, yeah, I know it's just a show, but everything that he says is right. Since 2020, the bloodline, even though it wasn't necessarily the bloodline at the time, really fucked him over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? As much as I like Cody and as much as I respect Cody, I think Kevin should get this title.
And I mean, like, their match at Bash in Berlin was really good. It was just Kevin was trying his best not to, you know, revert back to his old ways, so to speak, and like, you know, powerbomb Cody into the apron or like do anything to like really, really hurt him. But I think now that Kevin is essentially a heel again, I'll bat you off.
Yeah.
That Mr. Nice Guy, I know we're friends. I don't want to hurt you. I think it's got out the window.
There was a rumor that he was gonna go to AEW, but WWE had offered him more money
To stay.
and so do something with him. But this is going to be a good show. I think this will be on NBC,
I think so, yeah.
so I'll have to look for that channel.
Exactly.
But yeah, look forward to our Wheels of Fury episode of Final Resolution.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we will talk to you next. Oh, subscribe to Kyle and myself.
Hi.
We will talk to you later. Deuces.
Deuces. Nostrovia.
Nostrovia.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. I don't think that's the case at all. If you look at some of his earlier interviews, like